Hello everybody, welcome to Final Level. My name's Aceikith-Alain. I'm again with James Fan 1991 and Roseprincessmitia. This is part 2 of My Little Pony Tales of Equestria, Judge Not by the Cover. Now there has been a little bit of a gap between part 1 and part 2, so I do apologise. We have all been quite busy. I've been on holiday and also we've had numerous amounts of works out on the outside. Previously, we have discovered an ancient library that only comes up every 1,000 years. We have stepped forth into the library itself. We have met a book called Deer, and she has been coming with us around in the library, but was actually being chased by some statues.
Not weeping angels.
Yeah, not weeping angels, no, thank goodness for that. But still scary nonetheless. So we have now gone down a set of stairs, and that is where it follows us into part 2. The statues are on the other side of the door, so hopefully they will not catch up to us. At least that is what I'm hoping. So we are now about to go into part 2 of possibly 3 parts, but let's see how we get on with that.
Fascinating, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's start with part 2. So the staircase seems to go down a very long way, turning into a different direction every 20 steps or so. You walk down 1, 2, 3, and even 4 flights of stairs before coming at last to the bottom, where light slowly begins to filter up to you. Although Deer mentioned that there was a larger library underground which greets you, is still a surprise. It looks like miles and miles of shelves, all crammed with books, scrolls and magazines. Descending to the base of the staircase, you see a landscape view of the library before dipping below line of sight. The whole place is laid out like a gigantic labyrinth of literature. Luckily, it's also well lit by lamps containing glowstones that line the shelves every few feet or so, as well as Deer nearby. It wouldn't pay to have torches down here, Deer comments. Too many flammable objects, us included.
Well, if you ask me, this place looks like it could send Twilight into a frenzy.
Perhaps. So try not to set fire to anything. From the base of the stairs there are 4 exits, all leading into different parts of the library. One is the north, one to the south, and the other to the east and west walls. All that you know is that you need to find your way out of this place in the next 48 hours before it disappears for another 100 years.
No pressure then?
No pressure at all. So, where do you want to go? If I just show you both, this is where we are at the moment. We are pretty much here, right where the staircase is. So you can go in 4 different types of directions. That is all I'm going to give to you. So what way do you wish to go?
South looks like a good way.
South. Okay, so you wish to go south. Okay, so as you go south, it takes you around a sharp right turn and a left, which travels deeper into the undercroft. What number is your mines?
I'm an 8.
Okay, so 2 of you managed to notice that something feels amiss, as if you're being watched. What do you wish to do?
Good question. I'll say we just carry on.
Okay, so you press onwards, and you suddenly feel and look backwards, and you see the bookshelves behind you has shifted and is now sealed off the way that he came through. Then the only way now is to press on forward. As you canter down the aisles of books, you come across an omigami bird lying on the floor in your path.
A what?
Origami bird.
Oh, origami.
Yeah. Folding pieces of paper for you there, not
Yeah, no.
quite.
I'm a black belt. I'm a black belt in origami.
Okay.
Any Fools and Horses reference there to anybody who worked that out?
Okay, Gearloose almost steps on it.
Enjoys me.
But thankfully, Angel Brush warns him about it just in time, and every pony pauses to examine it. You look at it, and you feel as if maybe it's moved, but you're not quite sure. Was it in your imagination, possibly?
Just a bit of paper.
As if realising that playing dead isn't working, the bird jumps into the air and takes flight, moving around you in a wide circle before fluttering off down the corridor and away from you, vanishing into the distance. I don't like this, Deer comments, his voice sounding a little nervous and not at all his usual sarcastic self. That bird looked like it had been made out of a page somebody ripped out of a book. You each look off in the distant direction it flew. It's not like you have any choice but to press on and hope that you can escape before time runs out. So it's flown. It's pretty much flown away. It's a being on its own. So they don't tend to want to actually stay on by itself. Obviously, the only way you can go is by going forwards. So you will have to press on towards it.
We're waiting.
Yeah, no, I'm just reading something. We can cut all of this out anyway, any blank parts. Just me making sure I have got everything right, making sure I make no mistakes. Okay, so you walk down the corridor, and then at the end of the corridor, you walk into a large oval room, and in the centre of it is an hourglass. It's hovering at the centre. And instead of sand, the passage of time in minutes is actually marked by drops of black ink that is pooling into the bottom half of it.
So it's a liquid hourglass.
Yeah. If every pony can do a mind check.
Right. That's me 8. That's me 8. I'm a 5.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
3.
Right. Okay. You all. Every pony looks at it. And it seems like Gearloose has suddenly come to the fact that it's possible that this is actually signalling how much time there is left before Undergroft and also the library itself will disappear.
There's our countdown clock.
Yeah.
Great. Just what we needed.
But it's only Gearloose that seems to realise that. Gearloose notices the other two not really knowing what it's to do with. And he's not really put 2 and 2 together where Gearloose has.
Would it be best for me to tell them then?
Might be a good idea because they look very puzzled.
Right. Anyway, okay guys, if I had to guess, I'd say this is a countdown clock.
Countdown clock?
Yeah.
For what?
What do you think? Well, as soon as the bottom half of this hourglass is full, then the library's gonna be gone, and us gone with it.
Well, what? Well, how long's that going to be? And you see Deer float like right in front of the hourglass, and he looks at it. It just says, "It's definitely going to be quite a long time before it all goes down to the bottom. You've got plenty of time still, but I wouldn't just sit around."
Exactly. No time to lose. Right. Whereabouts are we in the catacombs now?
Okay, so you've walked inside. There is now 3 other rooms. You've got 1, 2. You've got 1 directly ahead of you to the north, and 1 directly ahead of you to the west. So you've got another 2 rooms leading north and south.
So we can either go north, east, or west.
You can go. You can either go straight ahead of you, or you can go up. You can turn to the right, or you can turn to the left.
What do you say, Angel Bush?
I say we press on.
Right, straight on, please.
Straight on.
Next stop, the way out. Ding ding.
Okay, so you start to try and press forward, and Deer has been. You start to notice that Deer has now been looking awkward for some time, ever since encountering the origami construct. After a moment, he clears his throat with a light cough and starts to talk. "I think things down here are a little worse than I thought they were when I suggested we escape through the underground." He hovers past you and looks at his reflection in the blacked out portion of the hourglass. "You see, there used to be 2 of us. Myself, wonderful volume that I am, and Bea, who you might call my sister. I am a diary, hence the name Dear. My sister Bea is a biography. Our author used to update us once every 100 years, but then he just stopped. I can't fathom why. After that, he moved Bea down here to the underground. Dear tells his story with a mix of worry and sorrow. I'm concerned that Bea hasn't taken it well. She always was a volatile type, and it looks like she's been pulling out her own pages to make these origami scouts of hers. She's turned the Undercroft into her own private kingdom. If she's aware we're down here, then we may be in considerable trouble. It's evident that Deer really doesn't want to have a family reunion. He hovers awkwardly for a moment and then indicates that you should move on.
No, I'm not worried. What harm can a book do?
Did you see that origami figure?
Yeah, what's it going to do? Paper cut me to death?
It could do much worse than that. That was just one. Many of them all together could create quite a bit of a nuisance. Okay, so you all go towards straight ahead, and it brings the group you all down a corridor to like a T junction that leads left and right. A sign at the centre of the junction reads a little notice saying "Treats for every pony, but you can only choose one."
So we can only treat one pony?
No, it says treats for every pony, but you can only choose one. So you can go one direction, but you can't choose both.
Don't mention One Direction, please.
I didn't remind you in that context. Okay, so which direction do you wish to go?
Well, down the way of the treats might be a good idea first. Might be something useful in there.
Okay, so you want to go left or right?
What was the way with the sign?
It doesn't. That one was directly in the centre. This notice just explains you can go one direction, but you can't go both ways. You have to choose one.
Left?
Okay.
We pondered on hard on that.
Okay, so you turn left and you go towards the chest. You go up towards the chest. What do you do?
Open it. What else?
Okay. You open it up, and inside contains a shining gem, and it looks quite sparkly as well.
Yeah. That could be helpful.
So I guess Gearloose takes it out of the chest, puts it into his saddlebag. So you've got a shining gem. It looks to be worth probably around about 100 bits. It does, but because you don't have a great deal of amount of experience with gems, you're not quite so sure. So you walk back out, you do, and towards where the hourglass is. So which way do you wish to go? You can go either. Pardon me. You can either go left, which is up north, or you can turn right, which goes south.
Go south again.
You're going to go south. Okay. So the exit to the south leads you to a short staircase before immediately turning into a sharp downward slope. The floor is covered in hundreds of magazines, and it makes it slippery.
Magazines? What, like Hello?
No, not them lines, no. If everybody can... so, Gearloose, could you do a mind check for me, first of all?
2. That's good.
Okay, so if every pony do a body test for me.
Well, I'm not bad with this one. 5.
Okay.
1.
Okay, so as you all go down, it feels very slippery. It does. Angel Brush falls onto her backside and goes into a frenzy slope down, all on her own.
Then where's like a Looney Tune moment?
Yeah, pretty much. She slides down at speed down the slope, out of control.
Right, is there a chance? Right, can I fly ahead and stop her?
You can attempt to, but it's going to be slippery.
That's why I said fly ahead. I'm Pegasus, remember?
Yep, as I am aware, but she is sloping down on her backside at speed. So
I'm probably getting a paper cut whilst doing it.
Possibly, yes.
I've already done the paper cut.
Could you do a flight check, please?
Well, these could be lethal
D6,
paper cuts.
Please, this could be 6.
And make sure it's high.
These could be lethal.
2.
Okay.
I don't think I'm fast enough.
So you just about get off. You near enough slip for a moment, trying to make sure you are balanced. You fly up into the air and try and catch up to Angel Brush, but she's already starting to get too far ahead.
My body!
Angel Brush loses 1 stamina.
Ow.
There's your pencil.
How much stamina are you on now?
10.
10. Okay, so you'll be fine.
Well, she was 10, now she's 9.
Okay. So Gearloose is probably going to be the first one, as he is flying, down to the bottom of it. And you just see that Angel Brush has collided with the wall by her side.
Ouch.
Bang!
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You okay, Angel?
Ow. Ow.
I'll take that as a maybe.
Ow. And ow.
Yeah.
And you can see,
Let me help you up.
Okay, so you help up Angel Brush, and Blair Bladez has come up soon behind with Deer. After you all pull yourself together, you you all press forward into a square room with bookcases that travel up as high as the eye can see. There's no obvious exit, but there seems to be something coming from between some of the shelves, but we're not quite sure what it is.
Well, I'm hoping it's just a mouse.
Let's see. Blair Bladez is going to attempt to climb the bookcase. She starts to attempt to climb it, and she immediately loses balance and falls back. And she's going to lose a stamina for that herself. Ow!
Why did you do that?
Well, I'm not going to just be able to fly up there. Like you with wings.
Exactly. Leave this to us professionals. I'll just simply fly up and have a look. Right. So,
Angel Rush, could you do a mind check for me?
Okay.
you won the 8.
One. Oh, no.
There's the diamond one.
All right.
Yeah.
3.
That's 3. You look around. You can't seem to find anything of use. I'm going to put in one of them. Don't forget you can both do the same. If you want to. That will increase the chances of something positive happening, possibly.
No, might as well.
Okay. Angel Rush,
I'll do the same.
okay, so as that's 3 in total, that allows you to immediately use your points back. Thank you. Okay, so you look back around, and you see not too far away there is a ladder, and you walk over to it as Blair Bladez gets back up, and Blair Bladez turns to Angel Rush and says, "Where are you going?"
Just seeing. I'm just looking at all these giant bookshelves.
Well, do you see anything that maybe we could climb up it easier? And Angel Brush just happens to find a ladder.
Oh, what? Ladder.
Oh, I wish that was there. We knew about it earlier.
What's the ladder doing all the way down there?
I don't know.
Oh,
Aren't you supposed to be looking up there? Not like you need the ladder or anything.
Alright, before you two climb the ladder, I'll just fly up, make sure it's safe.
Alright. Do a flight check for me.
Right, hopefully this one will be a lot better than the last time. And it's a 4.
Okay, so you fly up, and you fly up. You get to about halfway up. If you could do one more for me.
Same dice?
Yes, please.
3.
3.
That doesn't look good.
Okay, so you fly up to the top. And as you get near to the top, you are set upon unexpectedly by origami foxes.
Foxes?
Who scurry between the shelves.
These ones.
And they attempt to push you as you're attempting to fly up. Like what they're doing is they're actually jumping off of the bookcase and trying to push you further away to try and upset your balance.
Yeah, get away. Are any of you by any chance related to Basil Brush? I'll take that's a no.
No.
Oh well, I shall then employ Plan B. Leg it.
Okay, so one of them is going to attempt to push you off using its body. If you could roll your body as well for me.
Right. 4.
Yeah. So one jumps at you, and you manage to duck, and it doesn't even get as near to you. It seems to just start to drop before it even gets to you. It drops down to the floor.
That was lucky. Good question. How many of these things are there?
You look around, you see there's altogether 5.
5 against 1. Bit outnumbered. Now, Plan B's in wet, so I'll go to Plan C. Shout one word down to be friends. Help!
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work all too well. You get to the top. You carry on trying to fly up to the top, and another origami fox is going to attempt to try and push you off. If you could do a body check for me again.
2. I'm going to take some damage here, I feel.
So the second origami figure jumps at you, and you attempt to dodge out of the way of it, but it managed to get you and pushes you down.
When you say down, do you mean I'm now hanging off the bookcase, or I'm falling?
It's actually pushed you a little bit further away. Angel Rush, could you do a mind check for me?
4.
A 4, okay. Let's have a look. How good you would be in this sort of situation. So, if you could also roll a d6 for me for your telekinesis. See if you manage to time it just about right.
2.
Okay, so you see Gearloose gets pushed by one of these origami foxes, and you immediately see he's coming down, being pushed by it as the origami fox sits in way out of balance, and you attempt to try and help him by using telekinesis, but it doesn't quite work. In your panic, by seeing him coming down, your magic actually misses him and instead floats the origami fox and houses it instead of Gearloose. And Gearloose is about to start coming crashing down. However, Blair Bladez sees this and immediately darts directly underneath Gearloose.
Make way!
And like she actually uses her own body as like a sort of like mat. And like he comes crashing down on her, which does cause her to lose a stamina from the hard crash.
Maybe crash landing in a very awkward position.
Yeah, maybe.
Ouch. Wait a minute. I might get a set of hooves this end. I might hit the hooves to this end.
Oh.
Wait a minute. These aren't my back hooves.
Gearloose, can you get off me?
Yeah. Sorry.
Gosh, you are heavy.
And Dean Angel and Brush are just like looking at each other.
What? What?
Nothing.
Yeah. What is up there anyway?
Let me put it to you this way. It's made of paper and it's not friendly. Foxes. Origami foxes.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So you're telling me we're going to have to go all the way up these ladders?
Yeah, not a good idea. Not with those foxes up there waiting for us.
Well, we're going to have to try.
Well,
come on, let's go.
All right, but you two take the ladder. I'm gonna fly ahead. See if I can distract them. If I can distract them to another bookcase, that might give you two the opportunity to get through to the top.
I hope so.
Yeah,
so won't that put you in danger?
Hey, I just survived a 50-foot drop. Yeah. I will admit, with a little bit of help from you, Blair Bladez, but I think I can handle a couple of paper foxes.
Oh, all right, but you better be careful.
Hey, it's me.
I know.
Little Star Wars reference. Ladies and gentlemen, please send in your votes for how many references there are at the end of this episode. Postcards only.
Okay, so Blair Bladez and Angel Brush attempts to start climbing the staircases. If Blair Bladez and Angel Brush do a body check for me, two numbers are going to be added together.
1.
Okay, so Angel Brush goes ahead, and she's not greatly confident climbing up because she's not so used to being on a ladder. She's near enough falling over a couple of times, but what Blair Bladez is doing is making sure that she's balanced by actually keeping her hooves to like her sides and such to make sure she's not falling down or losing her grip. So if both can do another body check for me.
4.
Okay, so they both climb with ease up to near the top, and up the next 2 sets of ladders, and near the top. Angel Rush notices there's something like flashing up the next set of at the top of the next set of ladders.
Is there an aeroplane?
You don't know.
There's something flashing over there.
Flashing? How can that be possible?
It's over there. Look, the flashing thing.
Well, let's keep going. Okay, one more body check.
3.
Okay, so the both of them climb onto the last ladder, attempt to get up. There's another origami fox attempting to nudge Angel Rush off of the ladder.
Time for me to come in, I think.
Possibly. So, first of all, he is going to attempt to knock off Angel Rush. So, if Angel Rush could do a body check for me.
4.
Okay, so she actually manages to dodge it somehow. The origami fox attempts to try and nudge Angel Rush off by, as she attempts to go from ladder to ladder, is actually trying to nudge her, but she manages to move onto the 4th ladder just in time. She has. And like all that Blair Bladez sees is the origami fox just falls down on the floor below. So Blair Bladez continues to climb up the final ladder, as does Blair Bladez behind her. You get up. You attempt to start climbing up the final ladder, and you get set upon by paper aeroplanes. But
See, I was right.
So, but they seem quite complicated. They're not. They all seem to be very like wavery. They all seem to be going all over the place. They do as they fly around. So each aeroplane is going to attempt to target each. So we'll do Angel Rush first, as she is at the top. So if you could do a body check for me.
4.
Okay, so the paper aeroplane, despite the complicated striking that it seems to be doing, Angel Rush seems to be able to actually dodge out of the way on each occasion, and she finally gets up to the top. Blair Bladez is going to attempt to do it next, and the paper aeroplane seems to actually get her by right into like what would be like her chest area, as she attempts to dodge it. If Gearloose, could you do a body check for me as well?
Yep, sure. 2.
Yeah, he doesn't stand a chance either. So as Angel climbs up to the top, she then sees that both Blair Bladez and Gearloose have both been hit by each of the other 2 paper aeroplanes. But she also sees behind her there's the exit. And she knows that if she gets to the exit, she will be out of harm's way. But it would also mean that she's leaving her 2 friends behind.
Oh, decision time.
Well, obviously, you know the wet
what
one.
is your element?
My element is kindness.
Okay, so it's very, very hard for you to be able to decide which pony to save first. Because you value both as very, very dear friends. And time just feels like it's stopping for you.
Matrix.
Yeah. So yeah, both the other 2 ponies are very, very dear friends of yours. They are. But you know that they are also both in big trouble. You can attempt to save one, which will be mostly easy for you.
Imagine it's like imagining her having like two consciences, one good and one evil.
Yeah. But they're both good in this occasion.
You want to go and help them? Stuff them and go through the door. No, Angel. Think carefully. What about your compassion for your pharaoh ponies?
Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. So you can either decide. So you can decide on whether just save one of them at a time, but it might mean that you're leaving the second one to being a lot more difficult because they're a lot more further away. Or you can attempt to save both at the same time, but it will make telekinesis very complicated. Because one, they're further apart from each other, and two, because it will make it heavier for your telekinesis spell to work. Because you're carrying more weight.
She's just poor Angel's just like walking. Poor Angel's like walking back and forth, thinking,
Oh, what can I do? What can I do?
Would you mind not taking too long about it, please?
Yeah, we're hanging by a thread.
Well, she is. I'm getting battered by a paper plane. And it's not often you can say that.
Well, at least you have wings.
That's it. Angel, save her. I can handle myself.
But what about you? He's still attacking you.
I can handle it. Just save Blair Bladez.
All right, decision made.
Um,
Blair Bladez.
you better be quick.
Okay.
So roll telekinesis for me.
"Bye."
Thank God.
Okay, so Blair Bladez is literally hanging what would have been just a finger, as such, and she's
It's
about
a
to
huge
drop.
fool.
Well, yeah, I'm meaning that in a reference as such, and she is literally just like a millimetre from falling. She is, and suddenly she feels lifted by magic, and it's actually Angel Brush's magic that she's actually then just floats Angel Brush then just floats Blair Bladez up onto the top of the bookcase, right next to her. Whew. Let's not do that again.
At least you're okay. That's one good thing. And you haven't got any paper cuts on you.
And she's just like rolling you over, examining you.
Look, Angel, I'll be fine. But we need to get the other one back out, don't we?
Right.
Time stubble one.
Right. Time for a little paper plane bashing.
Okay.
Web 5. I'm going in hot.
Okay, go on then. Body.
Please be high. 2. Damn it.
No, you attempt to actually attempt to fight it, but it's too complex for you. It's way of manoeuvring that you can't seem to gather it. So it's like you just stop, and it collides with you again. You lose the stamina for that.
Okay, guys. Now that Angel saved you, can you both now save me?
Yeah, he doesn't look too good, does he? Do you think you can actually help him out?
I'll try my best.
Okay, so if you want to do a telekinesis, it's going to be a little bit more difficult because you have got an origami plane right near him. So you can either.
Literally, they are going planes on his head. Pop.
Get off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you wish to target? Because there's two possible targets. Because of your mind value, you seem to think, would it be a better idea to actually target the origami plane rather than Gearloose himself?
Yeah, I'll get rid of the little pesky plane.
Okay, do a telekinesis. It's going to be difficult.
3.
3. Okay, so you attempt to target the origami plane, and because it's manoeuvring around too much, you can't seem to really quite keep up with it.
Oh, you little bugger. Come here.
Angel, either shoot straight or don't shoot at all.
You be quiet.
Yeah, right, that's it. I'll go try for another dive.
Okay, attempt to do a body check for me.
Right, and this one's got to be high. 3. Please say it's high enough.
Not quite, but you seem to be doing better. You seem to finally get a grip of its complicated manoeuvrings.
It's these damn paper planes. They've got no weight. They've got none of these restrictions I've got.
And Blair Bladez looks down. He does towards Gearloose and the origami plane. And she just goes, "Oh, I wish I could fly, or at least do magic. That way I could help out."
What can you do? Something? It's right on my tail. Like quite literally. Get off.
Hang on a second. Okay, right. Gearloose, you need to dart to the left and then dive straight up in the air.
Left and air. Got it. What are you planning?
Just do it now. I have a feeling of what he's going to do.
Okay. Left and up. Now.
Okay, do a flight test for me.
Flight test? That was a 3.
Okay, with you're not quite sure what Blair Bladez is planning, so it's like your manoeuvrings aren't quite so fast. But it seems to be the right plan. And you dive straight up after going to the left, and the origami plane misses you. And you then climb up onto the top, and you manage to get, and then you stagger through to the exit into through a long corridor on the top of these empty shelves. At the end of this corridor, there's another. Along this corridor is another load of empty bookshelves.
Well, at least these ones are empty.
Yeah. You okay there, Gearloose?
I feel like I've been attacked by a load of newspapers.
Definitely not a nice thing. See, I told you shouldn't have gone and done that.
Somebody had to do it. Kept those foxes away from you, didn't I?
Yes, but that meant you was in danger.
Yeah, well, we haven't got much time to complain about who's in danger or not.
Dear, is that you? If you look ahead and you see a low woman's voice call is taunting you. Beer? Dear, coming sadly. He somehow manages to look nervous, awkward and sad at the same time. "I know you're out there, dear darling." The disembodied voice echoes down the corridor. "Why don't you come in and say hello? After all, it's the least you can do after all these years."
Yeah, I'm guessing that's your sister.
Yes. This is my sister.
And can we just ask, is this a good moment to meet her?
In no time it's good to meet her. Believe me. There's an air of menace in her tone that implies that this is less of an invitation and more of a command. Somehow Bea has been manipulating the undergrowth to funnel you here, to her dwelling. Deer looks sullen and can't look at any of you in the eye. He sighs and looks off down the corridor, which looks like it's open out into a larger room beyond. What do you wish to do?
Well, stay away from that voice is probably the best idea. Hey, Angel.
Well, if we turn away now, we are going towards them foxes.
Oh, that's a good point.
So, foxes or sister with bad attitude?
Let's go with the sister and see what happens.
Well, I need to rest up before I tackle any more paper animals anyway. Be it on your own head. Sister it is.
Yeah, definitely do not want to be going back there. So trotting further down the corridor, you all enter a medium-sized room. So, as you walk in, there's paper everywhere. It's covering the walls, the floor, piled in corners, and stepped to knee height in some places.
Yeah, this place needs a filing cabinet.
Bea appears to be able to manipulate it to form any shape she wants, because at the room's centre, the blue book is hovering over a life-size origami throne. While she looks at Deer in theory, her appearance is marred by madness. Whereas Deer hovers gently in the air, fluttering occasionally like a butterfly, Bea has her pages ruffled in strange angles and crumpled. Occasionally, she sparks with little pangs of blue magic as she dips up and down in the air above her seat. There you are, and you brought guests. How delightful. Try not to move. Then Dear whispers, then clears his throat and moves forward. Hey, Bear. He begins. Don't even think of speaking to me directly. Bear thunders in a voice that is all rage, magic sparking and popping in the air around her. Her pages straightening into points and then ruffling back up again. You listen here. You here to listen, she finishes.
I love a family reunion.
They do seem to have a lot of conflict. There is the distinct impression that things have taken a turn for the dangerous. I've languished down here for 100 years, forgotten, rejected, alone. Do you have any idea what it's like to be cast aside? Of the two of us, I was to be our master's greatest achievement, and instead I languish here on the scrap heap with the common fiction. She indicates her constructions, paper on the floor, folding itself up into all manner of shapes. At first I didn't know what to do, so I cannibalized myself, tearing out my precious pages to literally make friends. Soon, though, I learned how to exert my will onto other sheets of paper. I made myself an army. The stacks of paper stir and slowly begin to take form as large blocky soldiers, 2 arms, 2 legs, each carrying a lance and shield. They look almost like knights. This time, when Master comes, I will force him to notice me, and neither you nor your friends will get in my way, she screams.
Yeah, suddenly I almost wish we were back to those boxes.
Deer swivels to look at you all and suddenly indicates the exit at the far side of the room. Guys, run! He screams and makes a beeline for the exit. You all break into a run. And Deer hasn't even waited for any of you. He's just straight away moved, scared and on the move.
Supersonic fast.
Pretty much. Like, Beer, his sister, is literally raging. Like, she doesn't see.
Someone's on book hormones.
Pretty much. Could you both roll mind and body together for me?
Mind and body.
Yeah. So roll each die separately.
5, 3.
Okay, so which one is which? Could you
Well, the good news is I've got the full 8 for mind, but I've only got a 2 for body.
I got mind for 5, body for 3.
Okay, so body is for 3. Okay, so the both of you have realised that Deer was making a move towards the exit pretty much immediately. But you both notice that Beer is also charging over to you, and in trying to turn around to it, you're a little bit lingering behind. Blair Bladez, on the other hand, is just basically just like starstruck. She is just like staring at Beer. Immediately realising that Beer is going to charge, possibly electrocute her with thunder, Blair Bladez then suddenly realises I need to turn around and go. So she gallops as fast as she possibly can. Every pony manages to leave the room.
Bless you.
Okay.
And from behind you, as you go down the corridor, you can hear her screaming in anger from behind as you all gallop away.
Gee, that is one angry book.
Now, what is going on?
Yeah, if I had to guess, somebody's feeling a bit lonely. She said her master did this to her.
But who is her master?
Well, we've got another book here. Why don't you just ask her?
I'd rather not. I'd rather not say. And now is not the time.
Yeah, I think I could possibly agree. Getting far away from crazy book is probably the best solution here.
Psycho pages, more like.
Okay, so if every pony could do a body test for me.
Right.
1.
I'm a 1 as well.
Okay, so every pony tries to keep up with Deer. Blair Bladez seems to be able to keep up. Gearlos is slowing down a little bit, but Angel Brush actually slips.
No, alright, that's all right, Angel, I'm coming.
Okay, so you can both see that Bea is very, very close to you all. Yeah, she has a very maniacal laugh, and before she is about to collide with you both, you see Deer has actually just brushed up beside you and has actually collided with his sister.
You little.
Quick, both of you, go!
You don't have to tell me twice. Come on, Angel.
You both lose a stamina because Bea was so close to you, it's petrified you.
Right, so that's 12 for me now.
You've never seen anything so up close to you and angry before. You know, and seeing her menacing face has definitely worked you both up, and it's like left your hearts racing.
I would love to voice this character.
better me. So as soon as Deer runs, you don't have any second thoughts. You carry on along. You do, and as you start to try and go for a little bit more further towards the corridor, you still hear that maniacal laugh. It seems like that Bea is still behind you. If Harry V Pony could do another body test for me.
Hopefully this won't be a lot higher.
4.
6.
Okay, so the both of you look behind you. You can see Bea is not that far away, but Deer it manages to get to the other side of you. Excuse me. And you all start to see like the light from the other side. Angel Brush then looks again over to Bea, back the way that she came, and can see the hulking figures of Bea's knights as well, all slowly starting to pursue you all. Well, it looks like it takes them a while to get going. They are slowly gaining speed. Unfortunately, the knights aren't the only forces under Bea's command, as paper aeroplanes zip over and around the knights and speed towards you all.
No, not again.
Bea, could you do a body test against one of the paper aeroplanes?
I'm not Beer, I'm Angel Brush.
Angel.
2.
Okay, so if you could roll it again, because the two numbers were exactly the same.
3.
Okay, so you start to try and run as fast as you possibly can, and the paper aeroplane just scrapes you, just slightly.
Ouch.
Not enough to do anything stamina damage wise, but you definitely did have a slight feeling as one of the paper aeroplanes tried to knock you down, and that way the knights could try actually make it worse for you all. The next paper aeroplane is going to go towards Gearloose.
Right, let's have a good old-fashioned dogfight. Right, body.
Yep.
No!
Well,
What?
you won't believe this, but her body type is 10. She actually got the body test for a paper aeroplane is 10. They actually got a 10 on this one. They wouldn't have been able to have passed it anyway. It seems to like have a proper clean sweep of Gearloose. It just swipes him off his feet.
No. I'm getting thrown across the room.
And the paper aeroplanes go past you, and the next thing you look up and you see one of the knights is about to make its own attack against you.
Would that be a good time for a dodge? No, roll out of the way.
You can attempt to. If you could do a body check for me.
Hopefully this won't be a lot higher so I can actually dodge out of the way. 3. Please say it's not high enough.
No, it is way too high. The knight is going to attempt to try and use its paper sword to make a bit of a dent. Although Blair Bladez is there to try and cover up the attack, and she just like blocks it. Using her own sword that she actually has in her saddlebag, that she actually has in her own pocket, and she seems to know what she's doing.
Cue the sword clashing noises.
Yeah, and like it's a little bit like as if she got there at the last moment.
No, I must have something in here I can use as a sword.
Gearloose, move it now. I won't be able to hold him back much longer.
That's alright, I can help. Spanner!
No, go!
No, I'm not needing that. Alright, I'm going to see if I can do some damage for the knight with Miss Spanner.
Okay. So if you could do a body test, instead of giving your usual one, you go at 1 die type because the origami knight is already preoccupied.
Oh, good. Please be high for 1. 2. This is good.
Because of him being too preoccupied, you used the spanner that was in your sub bag and make a little bit of a cut on one of the origami knights that was being fought, and he groans in a little bit of pain. Like obviously he doesn't say anything, but it's a little bit like you could like hear like a slight growling noise as such. And like him trying to start up a sword fight with Blair Bladez, because he's preoccupied with the pain, it's allowed Blair Bladez to now start setting her sword back into a saddlebag and start running up towards the rest of the pack with Gearloose.
See, I told you it'll work. Just.
Okay, so the third paper aeroplane is going to go towards Blair Bladez. It's going to come from ahead, so she can see it. Now, because Gearloose is running directly alongside, they both see it at the same time, so they can do a combination attack if they wish to do so. What do you wish to do, Gearloose?
Right.
You can join in this attack yourself if you wished.
That might be a good idea. I've not been doing so well, but on my own so far.
No, it doesn't seem to be.
Yeah, we'll do a combination of attack. Yeah.
Okay. So, so if you could do your body check for me.
1. See,
Okay.
I'm not doing well today.
No, it doesn't seem to be. But thankfully,
It must be these dice you gave me. There must be something wrong with them.
no, there's nothing wrong with them. So Gearloose and Blair Bladez together, they jump up into the air and knock the paper aeroplane into the ground, and knocking it down. Knock it straight down.
Yeah. 1 down, about 20 to go.
2 more like.
Well, I was almost right. Take off the 0. Hey, wait a minute. Where's Angel?
I think she's gone on a little bit more further on ahead. Come on, we've got to catch up to her. You fly on ahead, I'll try and catch up.
Done.
Okay, so Angel, could you do a body test for me? Against this paper aeroplane that seems to keep on attacking you.
2.
You only just about managed to jump out of the way again. But
This is more than I've been able to do.
that all seems to be able to what you're able to do at the moment. The paper aeroplane flies up ahead of you, and you feel that maybe it might now be a chance to do it. What is there anything that you wish to do?
I wonder. Since it's made of paper, I could try drowning it in paint.
Ooh, that must have to be a good idea.
That's actually sound like a good idea to me.
Worth trying out.
Yep. Okay, so you pull your painting kit out with your paintbrush, downs it in paint, away you go.
Yeah.
Do your cuties mark talent for me.
Alright, so that's...
And
8.
creativity,
Yeah.
the die type is going to go up by 1.
Alright, so that would be oops.
7d8, you want a d10.
Alright, what's the...
Which one's the d10? That's not it.
Oh, this is it. Hang on.
No, I think it only goes up this once, doesn't it?
Yeah, 1 die type.
Alright.
Just for this moment.
Yeah.
Because of the creativity.
Be good.
7.
Okay, so you pulled up your paintbrush with paint and you jump up into the air as the paper aeroplane is about to dart towards you again. And you manage to climb up onto it and you start painting it around in paint. And as you're painting it more and more, it feels like it's as if the plane itself is getting heavier and heavier, and then it dives down straight into the ground.
Splat,
And you manage to jump off of it before it actually does collide with the ground. Gearloose, could you do a body test for me? Going against the third of the...
Alright, but this is going to be a 1 again, I just know it. Oh, it's a 4.
4. Okay, so as you look towards it, you've flown a little bit more further on ahead from Blair Bladez, and you see the paper aeroplane. And you know a little bit more further on behind you is Blair Bladez. What do you wish to do next?
I better take out this paper plane before it gets a chance to have a go at Blair Bladez.
So you want to return the attack?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you could do another body test for me.
Hopefully this time, please. No!
For goodness sake. Today's just not your day. So you attempt to try and fly towards it. Before you even notice, it's actually flying back towards you again. Whoosh! And it just collides into your face.
Stupid newspaper. Hey, you look the Yankees one.
Wrong country. That's America.
Most of my European fans are American.
Yeah, they are. You notice that the third paper aeroplane is on the floor, knocked out, but you do take a stamina damage yourself.
No.
Wow, wow, wow.
Oh yeah, by the way, before I forget, that one is for you for the creativity.
Thank you.
Roseprincessmitia, if I can get it my words in edgeways. As Angel Brush gains another friendship token for creativity.
Woohoo!
So that's the third one.
Because I drowned it. Because I drowned an innocent paper airplane in paint.
I wouldn't really necessarily say it was innocent.
Well, sort of innocent.
Well, it's under Blair's control, possibly it seems.
Can we get on with it? I'm still being attacked by planes here.
That was the final one. You've now just got the origami notes.
Right, I'm going to be smart with these ones.
Okay, so suddenly the paper underneath your hoods begin to stir, spiralling around the room, as if whipped by an invisible wind. As you start to go into the room where you saw the first load of paper aeroplanes earlier on. For a moment, it looks like you're all going to be caught in a tornado of spinning paper, but instead, the separate pieces drawn together in front of you all forms the likeness of a giant embodied claw.
Pinchy!
How did that just happen?
I'd rather have the planes.
Yeah, me too. As the claw appears in front of you, it directly attacks Angel Brush, who is the head of the group. Now beware, because this claw is big. Body check, please.
And quickly.
Yeah, be quick.
1.
Uh-oh. The claw grabs you and starts to pull you towards the centre. How much stamina have you got left?
8.
You lose 4.
Mm. That's 4.
Alright.
Gearloose and Blair Bladez is going to do body tests.
Okay. 4.
Okay, so the both of you, both Blair Bladez and Gearloose comes up with a plan to try and actually loosen the grasp of the claw. Excuse me. As they attempt to do so, you see that the master claw is beginning to loosen, and it manages to let go of Angel Brush. Angel Brush, could you do a telekinesis check for me?
Okay, okay. One.
Yep.
5.
5. Okay, so you manage to use telekinesis on yourself, and before you hit the floor, you manage to allow yourself to float.
Yeah.
And then you manage to have a much more calmer landing as you go down. As you do that, you look up above. As also Blair Bladez and Gearloose look up above as well. And you see the claw is huge. It's like when you think, like, let's think of something small so I can describe it to you. Right? So you think of this small D4, right? This is literally towering like that.
Good God.
Obviously, of course, none of you can actually see, unfortunately, but let's say that the size of a normal human hand is at least twice the size of what I'm showing. So it's about twice the size of my hand, really. So, but I'm pretty sure we can describe it in some way in front of you right now. So,
in other words, it's blooming huge.
Yeah, this thing is huge. It's very scary. It is.
So it's kind of a bit like Master Hand from Smash Brothers.
Pretty much, yeah.
Or Crazy Hand.
Well, it is pretty much made of paper.
Look, under the Crazy Hand, look.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, so, and the next thing, it lays its hand out flat.
Oh, it's doing a smash move.
And you all look up. Angel, could you do a mind check for me?
Oh, no, that's one. Hang on.
That's the wrong one. You need your DA.
5.
A 5, okay. At the same time, Blair Bladez is going to use Pony Sense. And Blair Bladez gets a very nervous twitch. And Angel Brush immediately knows something bad's going to happen. And she gets a little bit of a vision, as if the hand's just going to go flat on all 3 of them. And Blair Bladez and Angel just looks at each other and it's like, you see what I feel, don't you?
Yes.
We better dart out of the way now.
Yes. Now.
Every pony do a body test for me.
I'm going to get flattened. I just know it.
4.
4. Please say yes.
Wow, okay. Angel Brush and Gearloose dart out of the way. Blair Bladez just like near enough getting out of the way but slips. And the Master Claw just goes flat on her.
Ow.
Blair Bladez.
And you don't hear anything from her for a few seconds until the hand gets off of her. Or what do you both wish to do? It's flattened, possibly onto Blair Bladez.
Well, I could always do my creativity again.
This thing is much larger. A paper aeroplane is the size of a typical aeroplane. The hand is huge. You've never seen something so large.
I don't think you've got enough paint to deal with this thing.
Oh, you're right.
Look, you get Blair Bladez out of the way. I think I've got an idea.
All right.
Okay, what do you wish to do? Don't forget you both need to properly communicate with each other.
I'll try and pull her out. You try and deal with that crazy hand.
Okay, but as soon as you pulled around, got to safety, do you think you can do a fire spell?
Fire spell?
Well, it's paper, isn't it? What is,
But then why don't you use one of your tools to set a spark with a stone?
that's what I'm going to try and do. But I need you in case of a backup plan.
Alright, okay.
Right, you get out of the way. Let me have a look. I've got my toolkit.
Alright.
Okay, so Angel, what do you wish to do?
I will help you.
Okay, so you attempt to try and look below the hand. There doesn't seem to be any room whatsoever. You can't even see Blair Bladez underneath the hand. It's that flat. It is, and it looks like as if it's actually just like gone slam with its palm onto Blair Bladez. So you can't even see her. For all you know, she could be as flat as a pancake.
That's a good vision.
That's graphic.
Thank you.
But that is pretty much what has happened. She's been pretty much been like squashed by the hand. Gearloose, what do you wish to do?
Well, I'm going to first of all jump on top of the ant.
Okay.
And I believe, and hopefully I've got some firelighters in my tool bag.
Okay, so what is the name of the tool bag itself?
It's a toolbox, isn't it? I've got.
What is the toolbox typically supposed to have?
I think that's the wrong one. It's on the back to make things interesting. It just says toolkit.
Okay, right. So you look inside of your toolkit. So you know, like it's already had your spanners. It has a few bits and pieces that you would work on trains normally.
Wait, does it have wood?
Do you normally collect wood?
I normally have a few bits of wood on it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do the old webbing together.
Oh, okay then. Right. You look deep into the toolkit, and you seem to actually have one firelighter.
Oh, thank God for that.
In there, and it seems like normally it is for, like, you possibly don't know. It's always been in there. It's not ever been used, but it's like your dad said to you, use this for such a special occasion.
Always be prepared. Thank you, Dad. Okay, I wham the firelighter into the paper hand.
Yeah.
And I'll start using the 2 bits of wood to make a spark.
Gearloose? Question.
Yeah.
Blair Bladez is still in there. She could be roasted.
Don't
Don't forget, fire hurt.
Exactly.
Do a mind test for me.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Hopefully the hand, once it realises it's on fire, will lift straight up in pain.
What if it
Let's see
doesn't?
if Gearloose actually thinks like that.
Yeah. 3.
Like, you don't seem to be mostly bothered. All you think about is trying to actually hurt the Master Claw and just get him off of Blair Bladez. You're not thinking of what are the possible repercussions of Blair Bladez. Like, you know, could she get damaged by the fire herself as well?
All right, mate, you made your point. All right, Blair Bladez, plan B. Where's me rope? Yeah. Here, tie this round one of the claw's fingers.
Alright.
I'm going to take the other end up and put it on that pulley on the ceiling.
Okay, if you wish to do that, you may do so.
Right. Do I need to do a D6 for flight?
Yep. If you could do that first for me.
Yeah. 5 for once.
Okay, so that's fine. You fly up into the air with the rope. You tighten the rope around onto its finger, while the other side's been tightened to onto another piece. Angel Bush, what do you wish to do?
I wish to I wish to go inside, grab Blair Bladez, pull her out, and then Gearloose does the rest.
Well, look, don't forget the hand's still directly on Blair Bladez at the moment.
Don't worry, here's what we're going to do. Now we've got the rope in place.
Okay.
I'm going to try and pull pulling as hard as I can. Try and raise the claw up at least a foot or so Angel can get underneath.
Right. So if you could do a body test for me.
Right. Again, this will be a good time for a high one. 4. Please say that's high enough.
Okay. So you stop the pull, and the claw lifts up just slightly, and then it just seems to starts to actually turn. It does, and it lifts up slightly, just about enough so Angel Brush can actually fit through. Okay, do a body test for me.
3.
Okay, so you run very close underneath the hand. You do. There isn't that much room, but you actually then find Blair Bladez, and you see that she's quite badly hurt. You know, she's got some scuffles on her. You know, that sort of thing. So, but she tries to get her. She attempts to get up. As Angel Brush catches up to her, and then Blair Bladez just looks up and then sees Angel Brush. And it's like she's looking at Angel Brush and then the hand, then back towards Angel, and she's like, "Angel, what are you doing?"
I'm saving you, you dope.
Well, come on, we gotta get out of here.
Would you two mind hurrying up, please? This thing weighs more than it looks.
And just like it's now lifts up a little bit further up, and it goes back into its normal stance. It does, and it looks directly towards Gearloose.
Like this.
Yep.
Angel, I've got another idea. Fire spell at the firecracker now.
Fire spell?
Yeah, the fire lighter. I've rammed in its hand. Quickly, now.
Okay. You've never ever done fire magic before.
No, never.
So you remember of a type of fire magic before, but you don't quite remember exactly every single little piece to this magic spell. Do a mind check for me as a D6 instead of D8, the one that you're holding at the moment.
1 order.
Yeah, you really can't remember.
I don't know.
Then, well, what about teleportation? You can do that.
It's a simple thing that unicorn ponies can do, teleportation. Most experienced ponies can do that quite easily. Do a mind test for me. D8.
2.
You attempt to teleport. You know pretty much where you want to go, but instead of going where you want to go, you teleport directly next to Gearloose, in the way of where the hand's going to go.
Oh,
Aren't I still in the air? Yeah. Aren't I still in the air, holding onto the rope?
Yes, that's exactly the problem.
So I probably had to grab hold of Angel to stop her from falling.
You can try. She's directly next to you.
All right, which one?
If you could do a mind check for me,
Mind.
because it's more noticing that Angel Brush is there before she starts dropping.
Right.
4.
1. I guess I missed.
Do it again, because you're getting too many of them.
Thank you. 5.
Okay, so you notice her just in time, just before she's about to start dropping, and she looks down,
oh no.
and she just goes, and Gary just wraps his other hoof round Angel Brush before she starts to drop.
So I'm basically one hand on Angel and one hand holding onto the rope.
Pretty much,
God.
yeah. And it's one very heavy thing there, and there's another light thing there.
And then you can imagine Blair Bladez is like, this could be a photographic moment.
No, she's not thinking of that whatsoever. So all she's thinking about.
Just thinking, worst rescue ever.
Pretty much, yeah. So she looks at the hand. She remembers about the sword, so she's going to attack the hand with her sword. So she's going to do a basic body test, obviously, first of all. And then her sword. Okay, that does that one. Ooh, okay. So she attempts to strike at the claw without it noticing her. And she takes a very clever swipe at the Master Claw itself before it starts to charge directly at Gearloose and Angel Brush. and it seems to like quiver quite a lot in pain. Angel Brush and Gearloose, what do you both wish to do? You seem to be quite in a large amount of pain.
Yeah, well, I certainly am. I feel like I'm being stretched.
I'm going to teleport down to the floor.
Wait, I've got an even better idea. I know you can't do fire spells, but can you at least reach into me backpack and get me 2 pieces of wood?
All right, hold on. I'm going to climb over.
Yeah. Oh, why were you putting your hoofs?
Just you. Slap.
Okay, so what do you plan to exactly do then?
Well, she can't make a spark with her magic. Hopefully, she can do it with the 2 pieces of wood.
Okay then. Okay then. So if Angel Brush do a mind check for me.
That one. Nope.
Mine, the diamond.
2.
So it's like you just look at the 2 planks of wood and you just think, what am I supposed to be doing with these? How am I going to create a fire using these?
The way she's positioned, like Gearloose is like this, and she's like this, and
Yeah.
you can imagine like Gearloose.
And she's just like, huh?
No. It's like where she's positioned because
Yeah.
it's holding it like that, up like this, and her body is literally on the other side like that. And Gearloose is not trying to look down.
Yeah.
He's like, no.
Yeah. Gearloose, what do you wish to do?
Not look at Angel's butt for one thing.
Angel, I've got my eyes closed. And can I just point out, you rub the 2 sticks together.
Oh, okay.
I'm in love with you. Why?
And Angel Brush then starts to rub the 2 pieces of wood together with using her magic. And it starts to create a small fire. It does between the 2. Immediately, the claw sees what you're possibly going to do and starts to try and grab Gearloose. Could you do a body test for me?
That'll be a good time for a high one. 6 at last!
Okay then, roll D8 for me as well.
D8.
D8.
Oh, D8. Gotcha. 7.
Oh wow. Yeah, so
Please tell me
the
He's become super strong.
yeah, so you see the tan about to try and grab you again, but you dart out of the way, despite all of the added weight from the rope that you're handling onto the claw, and also Angel just hanging by a thread possibly, and also the wood that is now on fire directly near you. You still managed to manoeuvre around it as it tries to grab you.
Thank God for that.
Angel,
Mm-hmm.
what are you going to do now?
I'm going to use his fiery sticks and chuck it at the claw.
Okay then. Mind check.
Yeah, try and aim.
Use this one.
Yeah.
Try and aim for the fire lighter. He'll make the fire.
6.
I'll make the hand burn.
Okay, so you use the bits of wood that is now on fire and put it onto the hand itself, and it seems to like scatter into many individual sheets again, and they. But instead of falling all to the floor, they instead start to form a wall in front of you all that block your exit route.
Right. Is it okay to come down now?
I think so, but we need to get across through this wall. How are we supposed to get through this now?
Right, hang on, let's get down. Angel, could you give us a hand, please?
Okay.
Okay. So every pony do a body test for me.
3.
Yep.
3.
Okay, so you start to collide with the wall with and as you start to do so, you see some of the individual papers start to fall to the floor a little bit. But behind you, you start to hear some noise. You do from behind you, and every pony then remembers that there were these knights earlier on.
Okay. Oh, great! The knights of the Round Table are catching up to us.
Seriously, you gave him a name already?
do you want to call them? Paper knights?
Well, that would be better. You know, anything you're not bothering to keep, you don't give a name.
No, I know exactly what would be better. I'm turning it out of it.
Fine. Body test.
5. Am I starting to get the high ones now?
3.
Okay, so more pieces of paper start to come down towards you and start to come down, crashing onto the floor as every pony starts to try and crash through. And you can start to hear the knights behind you are getting ever closer. Body test again.
5.
3.
Okay, and more continuous amounts of pieces of paper go through, and you keep on doing so. And Deer then looks behind him, and he then sees that the knights are very close. They are in fact on the top of where the room is from where you were earlier. And they start to actually then climb down. And the knights dwarf all the ponies in terms of sheer scale, standing at least 1, perhaps even 2 feet taller than even the largest of you.
That'll be me.
2 of them are enough to block the passage when stood side by side, and there are 6 of them lining the corridor. Things do not look good. They raise their shields and advance towards you. As you continue to collide with it, the few knights that was behind you get very close to you, and you manage to finally knock down the rest of the paper enough to be able to climb through. But there are more knights coming from in front of you as well.
I think now's a good time for another night fight.
Yep. So there's 3 knights in total. There's 6 knights in total. 3 behind you, 3 in front. There is. So you need to try and get past them all the best you can, possibly.
Well, at least we now know their weakness. Fire.
Okay, so 2 of the knights are going to go towards Angel Bush. Could you do a body test for me?
4.
Okay, so you've got that on D4. Roll a D6 for me.
3.
Okay, so the first one, you dodge very easily. You do the second one is quite close to you, which you yelp a little bit as it got very close to you. But thankfully you managed to dart out of the way just in time. Gear loose. Do a body test for me.
Right. 5. Now I'm getting all the high ones.
Yeah, it's no good when they're getting high though. The 2 knights behind you start to try and pick a fight with you, and one of them manages to capture you around your back hooves as you try to start getting away, and the other one then does his nasty little swipe against you as well. How much stamina have you got left?
11.
11. Okay. You'll lose 3 stamina for that.
Alright, so now down to 8.
Yeah. If you could actually, could you roll 2d12s for me?
2d12.
These are for the 2 origami knights. These 2, yeah, that's the one.
Right.
These 2 are going to attack Blair Bladez, and she's going to be using a sword as well. Okay.
Okay.
So 2d12s.
Right. Well, we've got a 2.
Okay.
And a 1.
Okay, she somehow manages to dodge them, and she manages to use her own sword to swipe against the origami knights. And she seems to be quite clever. She does, knowing that she has been the
I can see now why you asked
before.
Me to roll the enemy dice, because I get the low numbers.
No, actually, that weren't part of the plan. That just happened. And because she's very well talented, the both of you then remember her cutie mark, which is actually ironically sword fighting. And this seems to be the reason why she seems to be doing very well against these origami knights. But you know at the same time that even though she is very good at it, she's not going to be able to defeat them all on her own.
Well, 1 versus 6, that doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't, no. And you both immediately think that.
Right, where's me rope? I'm going to try and help.
Okay, Angel Brush. Do a body test for me against 2 origami knights. Ooh, okay.
2.
2. The first one swipes at you. You managed to dodge it, but it looked like it was clearly a distraction because the other one manages to hit you and knocks you off the ground, and you do feel quite and all of this fighting has worn you out. Lose 3 stamina.
I mean, you were 4, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
That brings you down to 1. That's
very worn out.
That's not good.
From all of this fighting, she's very worn out.
I am back to where I originally was.
Yep.
Seriously, poor Angel.
Yeah, Angel is definitely not suited for these type of things. She's very heavily worn out. She is, and she can't seem to keep up anymore. And it's like she looks up to the 2 origami knights that is about to start another attack on her, and she's just about to give up, as if she's just too worn out to even be able to get up.
Right, Gearloose to the rescue.
You see 2 origami knights is behind you, but you also notice on the going into the corridor that Angel Brush is laying on the ground, very worn out, and is about to be attacked by 2 origami knights yourself. What do you wish to do?
I wish to use my rope and lasso the 2 origami knights about to hit Angel Brush. Maybe I can pull them away from her.
Okay, by doing so, you do not have the concentration on 2 origami knights ahead of you. They are going to attack you, or attempt to at least. Okay, so the first one basically is just so slow that it's not going to catch up to you. The second one, could you do a body test for me?
Body test. Please be high. I've got a rescue mission to do. 3. Is that high enough?
So I'm going to say that's good enough. That is, you attempt to fly away and use the rope against. Is it just one origami, the 2 origami knights? Or is
I'm going to try and lasso them both. It's probably
lasso them both. Okay. Do you have any talents regarding to lassoing or ropes at all?
No, but can I use a friendship token to help out?
You may do so. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's probably the best idea. Yeah.
So you've already done roping on the Master Claw from earlier on. So could you do a mind test? Because you already do know how to do it.
Mind test, yeah. Yeah, got it. 6!
Okay, so despite the rope not looking that long, you actually just about managed to tie them both together. You do. Just before they're just about to land another attack on Angel Brush. And you fly directly down next to Angel Brush and attempt to pick her up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, come on, Angel. It's a good thing you're nice and light.
As he carries her in bridal style.
Can do if he wishes.
Angel
Angel Brush will not be able to have a say. She's too worn out.
I know. That's what I said. That's what I said. He carries her bridal style.
Yeah.
I'm saying force, we'll do it the polite way. I'll carry you on my back.
Yeah, probably a better way to do so, actually. So there's going to be another 2 origami knights attacking Blair Bladez again. Could you do the 2 of the origami?
Right, this one again?
Yeah.
8. That might put a bit of a fight.
Okay.
And 9. So these ones are going to be strong.
Okay, well, thankfully I managed to roll a 9 on my body, but because my talent was sword fighting, I also got a 4, so that equals 13. So the first one, she manages to parry the sword away, but the second one manages to actually swipe her sword away from her. And she just looks at as the sword then just pokes into the ground behind her, and she's like, "Uh-oh."
Thou shalt not a great sword fighter, knave.
That's pretty much what they say. Okay, so Angel Bush. What do you wish to do? You're very worn out.
A healing spell might be a good idea at this point in time.
Do you know any healing spells? That's the question.
What's your skill list? Creativity, telekinesis.
Creative flair. I can't heal myself.
I think you're going to need more time. I think next time you're going to need.
Has ever read anything in healing before?
No, she said no. She's been busy too.
What about your inventory? Do you have any?
Yeah.
You don't have any healing items in there, do you?
All right, let's have a look.
Let's see.
I've got food, art, an ocarina, magic paintbrush, gems, bits, compass, other things, lamp.
No, it doesn't seem like you have anything.
Right.
You can attempt to do something, but it might not be very strong.
Wait a minute. Did you say you got a lamp? It's an oil lamp.
Obviously.
Quick, hand it over. I'm gonna light it. Maybe that might be bright enough to scare him.
Okay, what do you wish to do?
Well, I'm gonna light the oil lamp and see if that scares them nice enough. It's because their weakness for fire.
If you could do a charm test for me.
Charm test. That's me D6, and that's a 4.
4. Okay. Okay, so the origami knights, as soon as they see the fire, they just look blankly at it, as if it doesn't really bother them all that much.
Oh, I'm guessing not big enough. Wait, Angel, how attached are you to this?
Pretty attached.
Would you kill me if I threw it at one of the knights to set them on fire?
No.
Oh,
No, it's not like it's an antique or anything.
In that case, send me the bill.
Okay, so you throw it at the origami knight, and it lands at one of the origami knights, and it just flees around, and it just lights the corridor as it flies down the corridor.
Whoosh!
I think you might have to cross lamp off your infant off your list now.
Yeah, you will have to.
Yeah, you are buying Angel a new lamp.
Send me the bits later. I'll send you the bits later.
The other origami knight, however, charges towards Gillis. Could you do a mind test for me?
What?
That's not mind, body, so.
Oh, body.
Yeah.
Wham.
Ooh. Okay, so the origami knight, the other origami knight that's not on fire, swats at you and gives you more stamina damage.
Well, in mind, but Angel's probably still on my back, isn't she?
Possibly, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Thankfully, she's still sitting on your back, as it's not very hard. You do lose 1 additional stamina for it. And the other 2 origami knights is still attacking Blair Bladez behind as well. So they are going to do that. So could you do another 2 D12s for me?
Right, another 2 D12s. 7.
Yep.
And 7.
Okay. So
7.
7!
7s, all the 7s. That is actually what I've got in total on my dice as well. I've got 7 altogether.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Bond.
Actually, that is weird.
Right.
The 2 origami knights actually attack together, and it's just sandwiched Blair Bladez, and right side by side, so that way she doesn't have much of a gap. She's squashed between the 2 origami knights' swords, and all she wants to do is just be able to get to her sword, but she's not able to. And then there's another origami knight that was attacking you originally starts now coming towards you and Angel Brush. The last Origami Knight that was with the Origami Knight that was with just you earlier on now starts to come in towards Blair Bladez. And like the two that was right in front of Blair Bladez just a moment ago, it then starts to separate as the third. It's like as if them two are making way for their leader as such. And both of you two see this third knight starts to come towards Blair Bladez. What do you do? But don't forget, you've got another two Origami Knights in front of you both as well. And also, Gearloose, if you do anything towards the two Origami Knights in front of you or try and go past them, it could put Angel Brush at risk.
Well, so I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place here. I can't leave Angel Brush alone as she's only got one stamina left. And I can't leave Blair Bladez to face three paper knights by herself.
Okay. So what is your decision?
Right, I haven't got any rope left. I've probably used it all up now.
Yeah.
We only had the one lamp, and that's burned down one of the knights. What else does paper hate?
Unexpectedly, the knights directly in front of you burst into a shower of shredded paper that quickly expands to surround the whole group. I can't see anything. What's happening? Dia yells in a panic, but none of you can make anything out either. It's as if the whole world suddenly went white. Then the paper shifts and solidifies, changing into a shape that's fencing in the whole group. Unable to breathe, to move, to even think, you all collapse.
Game over.
Fatality.
You later wake up to the sound of beer chuckling. Surrounding on all sides by a large cage, you're back in the Manacled Volumes throne room. It takes a moment to remember what happened, but the paper must have formed this prison for you, and the remaining knights marched it back to her lair.
Oh, my head. It feels like there's a Frenchman living in it.
You quickly notice that Dia isn't in the cage with you. He's pinned mid-air by what used to be Beer's throne, now twisted into a pedestal that holds him tightly in place while she hovers in front of him. Your friends put up a valiant effort, dear, she comments dryly, indicating you with a slight tip in the direction of the cage.
Valiant? Exhausting is the word I use, miss.
Dear looks over to you all sadly. Please, Beer, let them go. They're not part of this. And let them warn our owner? I don't think so, she retorts. They stay right where I put them.
Angel, are you alright?
Every pony regains all their stamina, by the way.
Thank God for that. Angel was in trouble there for a minute. There you go. So you're back to 12. I just put a 2 there.
Yeah.
What do you wish to do? You have Beer interrogating Deer, and you all are trapped inside the cage.
Well, we still have my toolbox. Why do villains never check their pockets?
Well, you never know, really.
Right, toolbox. Where's my saw? There. If this can get through wood, a paper cage should be no problem.
What do you wish to do?
Right. Okay, you two. I'm going to try and cut a hole in the back of the cage. Do you think you two can distract her?
Well, she seems a bit preoccupied with Deer at the moment. I think it's better that we make sure we can try and get out of here before we do that.
Well, I can get us out. But how do we stop an evil book? We haven't got anything left we can use to make fire.
Maybe we should have saved them for this moment.
Wait. Maybe we did. Please, Dad. Tell me we overprepared. Tell me we overprepared. Aha. No.
Nope. You do not find any more.
No more no more wood. No more firelighters. There must be something in here. Something flammable, at least.
So, what do you wish to do with this saw of yours?
Well, I can at least use the saw to cut open the cage so we can get out.
Okay. You use the saw against the paper. Doesn't do anything. It's like as if you're cutting into something much harder than regular paper.
Yeah.
There seems to be magical paper, and then
This
something
paper
comes to your mind that this is indeed no ordinary paper. This is actually the paper from within Bea, and you remember she is a magical book. So
magical paper. It's like cutting through steel.
yeah,
Wait.
you're just being weak. Let me try it.
Wait. Steel. This stuff we use as hard as it thinks. I think I've got an idea.
Well, let me try this with my sword first. And she just makes a ringing noise. Nothing dying either. Darn it! And she turns to Wolfie. You gotta try harder than that.
Think what else does paper not like?
This was just so simple.
Angel, do you have watercolours on you?
Wait, hold on. Yes, I do.
What do you wish to do with it?
I'll douse it on the floor bit. Because
Okay.
you know the cage is sort of like...
Okay, you attempt to do that. Nothing.
Oh, for peace. Oh, but...
Well, how are we supposed to get out of here now? We've tried a saw, we've tried my sword, we've tried paint. They worked before. How is this not working now?
Because she's because B or whoever
B.
is not being fair.
Yeah. Well, we tried everything.
Yeah, alright guys. I've got a really bad idea.
Bad.
Yeah, in other words, trust me. Hey, B, I want a word with you.
Attempt to do a charm check for me.
Charm? Look, trust me. The last thing I'm going to do is try and charm her. Right. 3.
A 3. Okay, so you attempt to try and call her over to you.
Alright. Hey, B, for a dictionary, you're very useless.
What did he say?
I said for a dictionary, you're very useless. Do you even know what the word victory means?
You have no idea what I've been through, do you?
She's a biography book. Dear is the dictionary.
the books are just looking at
Biography. Oh, Angel, you're brilliant. You know what a biography is? It's somebody telling a story about themselves. And what do everybody do about stories about themselves? They exaggerate. You're not even a real book. You're not even a real storybook. You're just a made-up big lie somebody wrote about themselves. And you can't even do that, what?
Bea then starts to hover over the cage. The magical energy that usually crackles and snaps around her has faded into a gentle glow. Dear and I, we only ever had each other. Together we would wait for our owner's next visit, willing away the years in each other's company. The centuries would fly by. We were happy. She sniffs, blinking away the memories of better times. Then one rising day, the master arrived and wrote into Dear while I waited patiently for my turn. But it never came. He paused for a moment over me, quill in hand, and then just closed my pages and left. I didn't know what to think. For 100 years, Dear did his best to convince me that it was just a mistake. Perhaps he was in a hurry, or simply couldn't think of how to put into words what he wanted to say.
If you ask me, yes, it was a mistake. Mistake he ever created you.
But the next writing day came and went, and I was ignored again. Finally, he took me and put me down here in the undercroft, where I rotted alone for the last 100 years, with nobody for company that I haven't made myself.
Maybe you're just fed up of writing lies about himself.
A tear rolls down her cover. It's hard not to feel sorry for her when you hear things from her perspective, even from inside of the cage.
I don't think she's listening. I think she's kind of ignoring you.
Exactly. I'm getting her to think.
Deer starts to looks towards Bear, which you see from behind her. I tried to come find you. He had to chain me down. You did? Bear looked so lost. She's wavering on the edge of letting you all go. And so you see Bear is actually quite upset. And it does seem genuine. It's possibly your chance to allow her to redeem herself.
Redeem powers. Here we go.
If every pony could do a charm check for me.
Right. 4.
1.
What did you roll?
4.
I rolled a 1.
You rolled the 1 die.
No. Oh, charm. Sorry. 1. Can we just do after 4, please?
Yeah, okay, then I'll let you off on that one.
Thank you.
Okay, so what do you wish to say to Bear? You do need to be soft with her. Because, you do genuinely feel sorry for her. She's been trapped inside of the undercroft for 100 years, never seeing any pony or even any book for these 100 years. So being alone for 100 years is a really long time.
Mm.
And she's now letting all of her emotions out. You see clearly why she was angry. Like, she was really angry. What do you wish to say to her?
All right, you got. Right now you know. Now we know exactly what's going on. Maybe I should start apologising.
What do you mean?
All the things I said, I only said them just to get you angry. But now I can see that you're not angry with us. You're angry with your master.
And possibly myself.
But maybe I was right. Maybe he didn't want to write lies.
No.
Maybe he just didn't know what to write.
Like I did feel as well that Dear was actually being given more, was lied to more than me.
She's a diary. Do you know what people do with diaries?
I think I'm starting to get it now.
Trust me, diaries are the one book nobody should ever read. They probably hold secrets that she can't tell anybody, not even you. You, however, were designed to tell a story. You were designed to tell the best story about your master. I think he just had writer's block.
You really mean that?
Honest.
Bear looks at the group and takes a long, hard look at her brother. She hovers closer to him and rests the tip of her cover against him in a manner similar to two ponies rubbing their foreheads together. It's an intimate gesture, not unlike a hug between brother and sister. How is it? She asked softly. That's where I find madness and anger. You manage to find friends and hope. Luck, Dear answers. If these ponies haven't found me, I'd still be up there now, missing you. Have I gone too far? She asked, indicating everything around her. Is it too late for me? Dear wobbles side to side gently, as if shaking his head. It's never too late to say you're sorry, he tells her. A tear runs down Bear's cover, and she sparks with blue magic once again. A short, sharp gesture that immediately sees the notes crumble into piles of paper. The cage dissolves, and paper airplanes drop out of the sky lifelessly. All of her tools of war unravelling into pure white sheets of paper that neatly stack themselves away into the corner of the room. I've been so angry, but what you ponies have here, friendship, It's a powerful thing. Far more powerful than all the weapons I could ever make. Please, take me with you. My brother and I have never seen the sky, and the outside world is all we ever desired. Deer, now free of his podium prison, flutters around you. Do you know the way out? I do, and I can lead you there. While this library isn't built on normal rules of physics, there's a small crack that we can escape through into the real world beyond. If we travel down the corridor, we can squeeze through and escape. I never had the courage to go alone. As you head down the corridor, Bea pauses and then uses her magic to seal the room behind her with paper, flooding it so she can never return to that life. Let's go.
Right, no time at the present. Allons-y!
Okay, so you now have Deer and Bea with you both. You find yourselves at the end of a long corridor, the way back blocked by hard paper that fills the whole corridor behind you, which can't be broken. Excuse me. Bea acts and works in the same manner as Deer, so pretty much. So she has a very similar sort of like characteristics. Okay, so there's as you come to the end of the corridor, there's crossroads with paths leaving north, east, and west. Which way do you wish to go?
Oh, right. Which way's best?
Well, I've never really treaded through this corridor before. Like I said, I've always been here for much of my life, in that area for most of my life.
Before somebody said they knew the way out.
Well, I'm not quite sure exactly where to go from here at the moment. Whereabouts do you wish to go?
North.
Wish to go north. Okay, so the route north takes you to a small, short staircase and into an empty room, apart from one thing. Directly in front of you is a golden chest.
This time might not go out here empty-handed.
What do you think's inside it?
Let's have a look. Angel, would you like to do the honours?
Okay.
She attempts to lift it. Not even close.
Well, we both better lift it then if it's that heavy.
I think I should lift it. And I think all three of us should try and lift it out. Okay, so if every pony could do body tests for me.
Right.
4.
Okay. So all three of them together, they lift it open the chest. Inside of it is a rare first edition copy of Power Ponies, issue 1, which is a popular comic book series. As you look through the book, you see the comic book. You see how 6 heroines and the faithful psychic Humdrum came together to foil the plot of their arch nemesis Maniac for the first time.
Oh, I love this comic.
It's a very valuable first edition.
Oh, please, can I have it? Please, can I have it?
Fine.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Just remember not to get it dirty.
Damn. I'll put it straight in my tool. Maybe you should hold on to it for now, Angel. Wash your bag's much more cleaner.
As you're looking through, every single piece of noise you're making seems to actually come up inside of the comic itself. Like as if it can detect noises, it can detect voices, it can as well. Before fading away in a mockery of a traditional comic book styling for sound effects.
Yeah, I'll just put it.
You look around the rest of the room. It has like cabinets, shelves protected by glass, but there's nothing on display.
Oh, I say we go back and go west.
You wish to go west?
Yeah.
Okay. So you head west, which exit into a large hall filled with tightly packed pony-height bookshelves. At the far end behind one, there's a crack in the wall that shimmers and glows, making it easy to spot.
That must be the crack to get out.
You attempt to squeeze through, but it's not big enough quite Not quite big enough for you to be able to squeeze through.
Angel, you're the smallest. Can you get through?
I'll try.
Even she can't.
No, I can't.
No, but a book could get through it.
Even we can't. Looking through the hole, however, it seems to empty into a cave system beyond.
So we've got to make
What do you wish to do?
We've got to make this crack bigger.
Okay, do a body check for me.
Right. 5.
Okay, that will be enough. You attempt to kick, and you keep on kicking at it, and it just seems to very, very slowly. Blair Bladez is going to help out, and so is Angel.
1.
Okay, and as you start to do it more, and it doesn't seem to be able to do too much. Seems like you need something heavy for it. You're definitely right. And they quickly point to Angel with this. Case. Angel, could you do a mind check for me?
7.
7. You look around, and you can see across that the bookcases are arranged like dominoes around the room ahead of you. And she realises that possibly
The domino effect.
Yeah.
Okay, so if everybody does a body test.
4.
5.
Okay. As the final bookcase strikes the wall, the whole thing tears like a sheet of paper, wide enough for you all to exit into the caves beyond. As you step through, the wall begins to knit back together, the magic of the undercroft resealing it. Soon it will vanish for another 100 years, but for now it's enough to know that you won't be disappearing along with it. Now you simply need to find your way back out to the surface in the dark.
Yeah. Now will be a good time for that lamp.
Definitely. Angel, do you think you could possibly light the way?
I'll try.
Now that you're free of the undercroft, you begin to notice how oddly unreal it was. The cave around you feels more solid, earthy, and touchable. You know for certain that you're all back in a place where the normal rules apply. As your eyes adjust to the dark, you can pick out details of the cave that you hadn't noticed when you first escaped through the tear. The rock of the walls is a glass-like black stone that's smooth to the touch and cool, presumably because you're below the lake. On the ground, the dark soil and pebbles crunch underfoot. Here and there about the cavern, the vines grow. You can hear dripping from somewhere in the distance and feel a breeze on your faces.
Right, if we can feel wind, I suggest heading towards where the wind is blowing. There must be an opening there.
Okay, so you look around and you see it's actually like very dark. It is mostly, so you don't have a great amount of vision. But as you start to walk a little bit more further through, then you see like a pierced light then shows towards the direction where you're facing. And you look behind and you see that Deer and Beer has actually lightened themselves up. And they glow softly to illuminate your passage.
That's clever.
Angel Rush, could you do a mind check for me?
4.
Okay, you come to the conclusion that maybe it might be a good idea to help them.
Yeah.
And use your own horn to light the way as well as them two.
Yeah.
Maybe even search a little bit more further ahead. So you can venture a little bit further ahead from Gearloose and Blair Bladez, if you wish to do so.
That should be safe now. Well, danger. No more paper of creatures going to pop out around the corner.
Well, let's hope that is the case. So as you excuse me. So you will find yourself in a wide cave with exits to the east and west. And you feel that the breeze is emanating from the east.
Right, so should we go east? That's where the wind's coming from.
Okay. Okay, just give me one moment.
Why are we waiting?
Be quiet.
Why are we waiting? Why are we waiting? Why? Why?
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Oh, this will be an outtake for the end of the year, won't it?
That sounded
Jeez.
terrible.
I know, you're telling me. Oh, that just gives me the cringes. Oh. Don't do that again, please. Oh, that is definitely an outtake if I don't know one.
Okay, carry on.
Okay, right. So the eastern passage is uphill from where you are. So it seems like
Oh yeah, I've got a party to go to on the 21st.
be quiet. Okay, so at the far end of the cavern, away from the entrance, it's apparent that the stalactites have all become like loose.
You're worried about loose tights?
No, I'm not. If everybody can do a body check for me.
2.
3.
Okay, both of you lose 1 stamina.
Or 4.
These have actually like caught you. These have. You go uphill towards a point where the path branches into 2 separate directions. Both of them leading around a large rock outcrop that splits to the left and right. What way do you wish to go?
Where's the wind blowing?
You are not aware. You don't know where the wind is blowing to now.
Angel, what did you say?
I say we just hear the wind.
Hear the wind.
How do you hear it?
Well, don't forget when wind speed picks up, it howls.
She has got a point, but I don't think we're going to hear it down here.
Yeah, you definitely don't feel or hear any wind.
Right, so we've got a choice of left or right. I say right.
You want to turn right. Okay, so as you take the right path, and it leads you in a small spiral down that goes into a cave, and ahead of you seems like as if it was a massive hairy bear-like foot was it kicked through the far wall. Well, that can't be good. Dear comment and indicates the giant shaggy foot that protrudes through the far wall. He's right. The size of this monster must be positively massive because it seems to foot to almost fill this cavern. Distantly, the sound of snoring can be heard, and this corresponds to the occasional breeze that you previously assumed was a draft from outside. Is that an Ursa Major? Dia whistles under his breath and inspects the foot. I've never seen one up close before. Looks dangerous. As a group, you move as one to pull the inquisitive book back before you can disturb it. An Ursa Major is indeed a massively dangerous animal, especially if woken from hibernation too soon by inquisitive literature.
Right.
What do we do?
I say we tiptoe quietly away.
Yes.
You want to tiptoe away. Okay, so you attempt to walk back, and you want to go down the other passage.
Yeah, one thing far away from that thing.
Okay, so you go down the other direction, and you proceed uphill further, and it goes to an even steeper angle. Here, the tunnel narrows until you all can only progress in a single file, and the ceiling dips sharply downwards, causing you all to duck as you walk.
Duck.
I would probably say Angel Brush is still at the head of the group, using her magic. So, could you do a mind test for me, please?
Alright.
8.
Okay, that was an 8 on D8, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you see further ahead that it's already going to start lowering down. You warn every pony to stay ducked until further notice, because you know that by standing up straight, you are going to knock your head into the rock wall.
Mm-hmm.
Well, go on, warn everybody.
Oh, duck!
Where? Oh.
No, that doesn't happen. She noticed clearly well enough. You progress quite far, and Angel Brush notices something. Bats.
Aww.
and they seem to have been woken up by your voice of you telling every pony to duck. And they're flying directly at you. They attempt to collide with each of the ponies as they confined into the tunnel. They start to try and flap at you and bite at you, doing everything that a typical bat likes to do. That is very annoying as
Obviously.
well. Every pony loses 2 stamina.
Yeah, you first.
Alright.
So you're down to 9. Good idea. Right, I'm down to 10. Go on.
Okay, so the bats fly away, and Angel Brush then discovers that the route opens into a larger area. But there is something large and furry blocking the path. For a moment, it looks like the narrow passage opens out into the outside world with stars visible in the middle distance. But as you approach, Angel Brush bumps unexpectedly into something soft and falls down.
Oh!
You okay?
Yes, I'm okay.
Please tell me you tripped over a rock.
While it appears that there are stars in the distance, directly in front of you is a large furry wall made of black hair that has an unworldly quality to it. It's almost as if inside this material there are distant stars that gently twinkle and fade in and out as you watch. The wall is warm to the touch, but nothing you do can make it move or shift. For now, it looks like this road is blocked. Seriously?
Wait a minute. Stars? For something big and hairy? Not a cosmic bear, is it?
Possibly. Everybody roll a mind check for me.
2.
4.
Okay, Gearloose, you have an inkling that you've seen the same kind of material before, but you're not able to put a name to it.
I just said cosmic bears.
Your only decision is to turn back and go back towards where the Ursa Major is.
So we've got a choice between Ursa Major or a bear. Unless there's an Ursa Minor in this place as well.
Yeah, you suddenly realise that possibly this is actually not an Ursa Minor. It's possibly the Ursa Major from earlier. That's another part of his body.
How big is this thing?
It's an Ursa Major. They're huge. Like, humongous bears these things are. You know, you've seen an Ursa Minor in season 1, right?
Yeah.
And then they showed the Ursa Major. They showed you the difference.
Hmm.
It literally fills out an entire cavern all at the time now. Or at least it can.
Right. Well, what end is this we're looking at? Are we looking at his head or basically?
You're looking at the body itself.
At the body.
Yeah. So your only decision is to backtrack and go back towards the path you originally went down.
All right. Let's do that then.
Okay. So everybody roll a body check.
4.
2.
Okay, so 4 and a 2, so that's 6. 14. Okay, so you attempt to try and walk around it. First, the big toe of the giant foot begins to switch, and then the other toes start to move up and down as slowly but surely the foot rolls onto its side and slides back away from you. Disturbed by the action, the snoring continues regardless, showing that the monster has not woken, but it has shifted into a new position. Come on, let's see if we can sneak around it now.
Yeah.
Deer comments in a voice that's a little louder than it should be in such proximity to the monster. Evidently,
Quiet.
Deer is forgetting that he needs to stay quiet.
But quiet, or we'll have to stuff you in a bag.
What's the problem?
No.
Yeah.
Right, come on.
Okay, so you realise that he has moved, and you see up above you that there's like a little area, like a crack as such, on like an opposite path, possibly from earlier on. It was lying in one position, but it's now moved, and behind it, it's revealed a gigantic cavern. What do you wish to do? Because it still doesn't seem like you can actually completely go around it now.
We're just going to get lost if we just keep going round and round in circles.
Well, I guess we could try the left side again. You know, that might be a good idea. He has moved. And that rock piece up there has actually gone open.
Yeah, come on, let's try that. Come on.
Okay, so you go back towards there again. And you manage to walk through it. And it looks like there's enough space for you to be able to sneak out by getting round it.
Right, come on. We'll sneak out one at a time. I'll go first.
Okay, so you need to climb down from a high outcrop that allows you to go down the side of the Ursa Major itself, over the length of its body.
Easy peasy. Right.
Easy peasy? You're serious? At least you can fly. And Angel Brush can use her magic.
Maybe that's the best way to go.
What about me? I have to walk across that thing.
Be quiet. Listen, Angel, you can teleport the books over. I'll fly Bladey across.
Okay.
I really don't think it's a good idea.
And what do you suggest?
Okay, so Angel Brush manages to get across, and Gearloose with Angel Brush, with Blair Bladez, is going to start trying to get across by flying.
Right. You put on weight.
Can we do
Excuse me?
And this is when the argument scene comes.
Yeah.
Can we do the arguing scene after we go away from that
Well,
point?
why do you have to say that to me?
Shush.
I want answers.
Now be quiet and stay still. About to take off.
No, I want answers.
You do know the echo's I'm gonna wake him up.
Just tell me.
It's just me mind being honest. Now come on.
And Bea just says to Angel, "Are they brother and sister?"
No, they're not.
Well, they definitely argue like they are.
And the thing with Blair Bladez is she's known to have a.
And all of a sudden, Blair Bladez just get. You know how short-tempered she is?
Yeah.
She just shouts!
Yeah. Well, excuse me for being heavy.
Heavy. Then her eyes just pop open.
No, it doesn't actually.
Oh,
It would have been, but no. Okay, so look, just put me down. I'll do this myself.
Suit yourself. Yeah, I'll just throw her off.
And the first thing, she's going to attempt to climb down the rocky walls. So she's going to attempt to do that. She manages to do so safely as she travels across the Ursa Major. Okay, so the next stage is climbing up the length of the monster's chest. This is going to be fun. Okay, so
You know, if
she has to every so often have to pause as the Ursa Major breathes in and out to hold on tight.
we could have been over by now if you just let me through you across.
Okay. So as she finishes going across, the bats from earlier re-enter the cavern and begin to circle, drawing dangerously close to the monster's face and causing it to shift as it wipes its nose in its sleep. You all hold on for dear life. She holds on for dear life as the very platform she is sitting on wavers and shakes with the effort. And Dia just looks at her. She's going to fall. And she panics from his spot.
Right, I better go in for the safe.
As this is happening, Bea. Who's carrying Dia, by the way?
Angel Brush has both the books.
Okay. Angel Brush almost drops Dia because of everything that's been so quiet up to that point. The bats back away and string past Angel Brush. Blair Bladez as a swarm, heading back out the same exit that you used to enter the cavern. Hundreds of leathery wings brushed against her and caused her to slip from her perch to the side of the stomach. For a second, it looked like there's absolutely no way you can avoid waking the Ursa Major. Its eyes already starting to drift open. These giant round orbs dwarf even the largest pony. However, at the last second, Bea pulls away from the grip of Gearloose and manages to fly up to the monster's giant ear. Gently, she starts to hum a nursery rhyme that at first looks like it's going to have no effect. But slowly, like glaciers moving, the beast's eyelids close and snoring resumes. Every pony breathes in a sigh of relief. That's one danger postponed, but the bats are still to tabulise your footing.
Right, I think we better go back to flying and teleportation
If
spells.
every pony can do a mind check for me.
4.
3.
Okay, so so you both noticed that Blair Bladez is about to fall, but she manages to gather herself. But you both wasn't prepared to actually help her out at the same time. Excuse me. Now on to the front stage. Okay, so she manages to walk across slowly, making sure that she doesn't fall off. She starts to walk up the arm of the Ursa Major and manages to get to the other side. And she manages to get to the rest of the group. And you can just see that she has like a big sigh of relief on her face. Phew, that was scary. I seriously do not want to do that again.
No.
There's a lot of things that happened today I don't want to happen again.
You're telling me. I'm just glad I'm still here.
Alright, come on.
As you all look ahead, you start to see the exit to the outside world in front of you.
Come on.
However, you will have to pick your way out through these loose rocks in order to get out.
Yeah. Great. Nothing's ever easy today, is it? Come on, let's start digging.
Okay, let's have a look. You start to walk across. You can see the edgings around you. It's actually looks like as if it would actually excuse me, cause quite a bit of a issue if it was able to do quite a bit of damage. If it starts to cause a bit of concern. But you managed to get to the other side, thankfully. Sunlight feels rich and rewarding after so long trapped underground in the caves and the library walls of the undercroft. With the fresh air particularly sweet, it looks like the cavern opens out away from the island into the hills and fields that surround the lake. You've done it. You've escaped the library before it had vanished for another 100 years and survived to tell the tale. Prince Shining Armour will be so thrilled with the tale you'll have to tell. However, the moment of triumph is short-lived. As Diaz sees open sky for the first time, he lets out a whoop of joy that's understandable, but echoes back through the cavern behind you, which only serves to amplify the already overly loud volume.
Uh-oh.
Every pony freezes. For a second, it looks like things were going to be all right. And then suddenly, a loud, angry roar returns the call.
Shall we run for one last time today?
Every pony do a mind check for me.
2.
Okay, have we
Roll it
three?
again.
7.
Okay, so you all look at each other, and understandably, you all realise you need to get clear.
Fast.
Yeah. The ground rumbles like it's like a small earthquake, as inside the cavern, the Ursa Major rolls to its feet and starts to move. We're in trouble now! Dear screams hiding behind you. The hillside erupts, spraying mud, grass, stone, and stuff around like shrapnel as the gigantic behemoth rises to its feet. If it looked like big lying down, then erect it's a fearsome size. dwarfing the hillside around it and making it all look like children's toys. It's been all nice knowing you, the cowing brook cries over the din. Raised at last to full height, the Ursa Major throws its head and roars. What do you wish to do?
Leg it to the train.
Ursa Major goes to attack Gearloose. Could you do a body check for me?
3.
It sees you. It just swipes you off your feet as you try to fly away, and just knocks you down. How much damage have you got?
Well, they did have 10.
You have 10. You lose 8.
Mm. 2.
Okay. Angel Rush.
Mm-hmm.
What do you wish to do?
I'll try and blind it with my horn.
Okay, do a mind test for me.
6.
6. Okay. You attempt to blind it using a magic. He gets blinded, and he roars at you and attempts to attack you. Do a body check for me.
4.
A 4. Okay, that was on the D4. Do a D6 for me.
3.
Okay. Like you realise that you need to move away, but because it's so huge, there is no way you're going to do so. It just swipes you as well. You're directly next to Gearloose. How much damage have you got?
9.
9. Okay. You lose 5. I would say, so you go down
So
to
down
4.
to 4.
Yeah.
4.
And Blair Bladez sees Angel Brush just get swiped away. And she's just like horrified. And then she's like angry with the Ursa Major. She's like, hey, why don't you do that to my friend? And she just attempts to attack the Ursa Major with her. Then she suddenly realises something. Her sword's gone. She's like, uh-oh. And the Ursa Major then is just about to try and grab her as well. Actually, that's not good. Okay. Okay. And she realises that, and she just dodges out of the way just in time, somehow. Gearloose, you see that Blair Bladez is embroiled in a battle with this Ursa Major. And she doesn't look like she's got her sword on her.
No. Well, I thought I'd take out my spanner and throw that at her. Maybe she could use that as a sword.
Okay then. She's embroiled. She's engaged with the Ursa Major at the moment. So could you do a charm check for me?
Charm, D6. 2.
Okay. What do you wish to say to Blair Bladez?
Blair Bladez, catch!
Huh? And it's just like knocks into her head. You could have warned me.
I said catch!
And like she attempts to pick us up, but before she can turn back round to the Ursa Major is already attacking her again. And she doesn't stand a chance. And the Ursa Major just whacks her and back towards you both again. She is going to lose 10.
Angel, we're probably going to need a big teleportation spell.
I've never done anything that big.
Well, how are we supposed to defeat that? Is there any way? Like,
I think now's a good time to try.
well, hasn't Twilight actually beaten it before?
Lux, help!
How are we supposed to help? Yeah, we've never faced anything like that.
Oh.
Does somebody remember how Twilight defeated this one?
I don't think it was that big, was it?
No, that was an Ursa Minor.
Oh, darn it. And like you just see like the Ursa Major just starting to just climb further and further nearer to you. The beast roars its head so close to you all that you can count every tooth in its mouth, and its tongue is within mere inches of your captive bodies. The noise is bone-chilling, and you know with a cold certainty that this is not going to end well. You're an awfully long way away from anyone or anything that can help you, alone against this giant straight out of legend. It takes you all a moment to notice that the Ursa Major isn't moving. In fact, it's not even making a sound. It stood frozen, as are the clouds overhead and the trees that were blowing in the wind. One carelessly knocked by the monster's foot is paused in the mid-air, mid-fall to the ground. That's some pony press paused on reality. Well, 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 a deep, rich voice exclaims out here. Isn't this a surprise? There's a little puff of light and a figure appears, landing on top of the Ursa Major's head, and let's pose, certainly a male, but made up of parts of different mythological monsters. This can only be the infamous Draconicus Discord.
That's trouble.
Yep. You know, you're all either very lucky or very, very unfortunate that happened to be coming here today.
I think it's 50-50.
He carries on monologuing at the group. I get up this morning, and all I had planned is a little light racing, maybe high tea with a friend, and instead I find you all here being chased by this great lummox. He indicates the Ursa Major with the top of his foot, which makes a comical knock-on-wood effect that shouldn't be possible, and then vanishes, reappearing inside the beast's mouth, hands clasped behind his back. Tell me, he leans out towards you all, mild annoyance on his face. Why are you messing with my library?
Discord? It's your library?
Huh?
So, you know, obviously, who Discord is. So, he is pretty much known to most people as the element of chaos. He's very ancient and very unpredictable. Can be seen as much evil and good at the same time. Though he tends to stay on the side of light mischief these days.
So if that's your library, then these are your books.
Indeed he is. You all turn toward Beer and Beer. Yes, they are my books. Now, what are they doing outside of the library, may I ask?
They just wanted to see more of the world.
Well, I guess really, now that you know that this isn't a real thing, I guess I could just make this disappear. He just clicks his fingers and the Ursa Major just vanishes. And it resealed its cave as well. Do a charm test for me.
Sure. 4.
8.
Okay. So, what do you wish to say to Discord?
Well, first of all, why does a creature of chaos need a diary and an autobiography?
Well, they were in that cave inside of that library for a reason. You know, they are magical books after all. You know, bringing something like that into Ponyville, I definitely do not think it'll be wise.
Look at them. They've been separated for 100 years. You can't separate two siblings.
Wait a minute, it's not his fault. Don't you remember, for that time, he's been frozen as a statue. Of course he couldn't go and visit them.
Oh, please. Even if I was awake for those 100 years, I still would have done that. And besides, it's not like they have any real feelings.
They do have feelings.
I want you to look them both in the eyes and tell them how much feelings you think they got.
Oh dear, you're just like my dear friend Fluttershy. And he just picks up Angel and just lifts up to his head. My, I didn't think I'd have another Fluttershy around the midst.
Oh, you're just so precious.
Yes. What's your name?
Angel Brush?
Oh, just like my dear friend Fluttershy. Look, I'm quite surprised if you both want twins.
No, we're not twins.
Well, you two know Fluttershy, right?
Yes, I do.
Well, we know all 6 of them. They
Right.
saved them.
Ooh, how delightful. No, Fluttershy did tell me that you three actually did save them some months ago. But I've been waiting to meet you all for a while. There's me thinking that these books actually...
He's patting their heads.
Yeah, yeah, he's just patting their heads. And they're like both looking at him just like...
Yeah,
like angry.
especially B.
Yeah, exactly, especially B. Like, she's really mad after all this time. And he's just looking at Angel Brush at the same time, still holding her close to
Yeah,
him.
like a. You like.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Handling her.
Yeah, it's literally just pretty much hugging her now.
Which
It's just like,
kind of
I've been
annoys.
dying to meet you.
It kind of annoys Gearloose in a little bit.
Yeah, like, it's, could you do a mind test for me?
I want to see how annoyed he gets.
Yeah.
3.
Afraid. Yeah, you get quite jealous.
Yeah, excuse me, sir. Would you mind popping the white pony down?
The name is Discord.
And the name is Gearloose.
Fine, whatever. I'm just having a little conversation with my dear Angel Brush, was it?
Yes.
Angel Brush here.
Yeah, but you know what we went through in that library of yours?
Oh yes. I'll set up at least half of it myself. Aren't I quite a delight?
You set up the paper rules, the paper planes, the paper knight, the paper claw.
Actually, that was me. And Bea is just like, raised her corner of herself up as if to give a hands up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's like perched up to the side like that diagonally. And he's just like Discord just looks at Gil and she's just like, yes, she set up all of that, but everything beforehand I set up myself. Like, let's just say we worked as a good team, me and her.
Is that a good little book?
Could you Andrew must do a charm check for me.
3.
Okay. Suddenly, you're all just sitting down at a table, and on the table is like chairs, sandwiches, cups of tea, which is just drawn out of nowhere.
Oh, this looks very nice.
Where did this all come from? Oh, well, I just made it all just happen. Look, me and Fluttershy always have sandwiches and tea parties. Like, we get to get along with each other at least once a week. Discord looks at Dia and Bea with a critical eye. The pair looks slightly overwhelmed, and Dia is uncharacteristically shy in the presence of its owner. But Draconicus appraises them both carefully. It would seem that in writing in the pair of you, I transferred a little more of myself into your pages than I thought. You're showing signs of character. It's really quite interesting. Of course, I know that I'm a particularly amazing individual, but I wasn't aware that it was catching. Excuse me. Bea looks at you all and rolls her eyes. Evidently, you now know where Dia gets his sense of self-worth from. However, I wasn't aware that the pair of you felt this way. The Discord continues. If you like, I can offer you a choice. I can return you to simple paper, or can let the pair of you roam free.
No, I think I've got a better idea.
The two books look at each other and nod before gratefully, accepting the chance to live their alone lives away from the Undercroft and Discord's strange library. Discord, for his part, seems a little ruffled about the whole affair and muses aloud that perhaps keeping a diary or writing his memoirs is a little too much like hard work. Perhaps what I did was wrong. I'm sorry for actions hurt you, Beer. I fought to make you into the first one of my masterwork. A retelling of my great deeds are most effectively praised, but I learned to feel and appreciate my deeds in a different light recently, and Fluttershy would say that I owe you an apology. He pauses as if working out how to word it and then shrugs. I guess I just gave one. Go me! Like ever since I came out from my captive stone, I've been able to feel a lot differently, especially with Twilight as well and her friends, especially Fluttershy. Well, Discord stands and finishes a sandwich that he pulled from the air, smacking his lips and licking them with a forked tongue. I think that's about enough adventure for you all today, don't you? Give Shining Armour my love. And clicks his fingers before any of you can say a word, and you all suddenly find yourselves in a pile in the middle of the throne room in the Crystal Empire. On her throne, Princess Cadence begins to giggle, her wings bouncing up and down as she tries to fight back, laughing out loud. It takes you all a moment to realise that underneath the pile of ponies is a white unicorn with a blue mane. It's Prince Shining Armour you've landed on top of.
Oh dear.
Excuse me.
No, not the first pony I've landed on top of today.
Yes, thanks. And it's just like Blair Bladez just looks at Gearloose, just like, yes, don't bring that up again. Sort of look. The royal duo starts to ask you all to recount your adventures, which he's obviously thrilled by. Each stage that you told him about, not sagely you took the choice to help the two books, and also confronting Discord, seek their freedom as well. It's you definitely have had an amazing adventure. I'm pretty sure Princess Twilight would have loved to have actually done that with you all, but unfortunately she had her own personal errands to attend to. Thank you all for actually helping them both.
Yeah. Well, I suggest we go good night's sleep and then head home. I've had enough adventures to last me a while.
Yeah, you look outside, it's actually gone quite dark. And like Pierre and Blair Bladez, yawns. Yeah, I could definitely do with some sleep.
Bonk.
Yeah.
She just falls straight to sleep on the throne floor.
Yeah, and like Angel Bash and Gearloose just looks at her as she just snores herself away. And she definitely, obviously, was worn out from all of that. Angel Bash and Gearloose, do a mind check for me.
7.
4.
Yeah, you know that it will be uncomfortable for her to be sleeping on the throne room floor. And especially sleeping right in front of Prince Shining Armour and Princess Cadence.
I'll take Blair Bladez back to my house. I'm sure Mummy and Daddy got a spare room for her.
Yeah, come on, I'll carry you.
Oh, wait a minute. Well, after what you've all done, I'm pretty sure you want to rest first. Well, as promised, I'll be able to give you your bits for what you earned from today's quest. But as well as that, I think it would be right if you slept here for the night.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, some rooms tonight would be very grand of you. Thank you, Your Majesty.
And Blair Bladez is obviously starts to wake back up, and it's just like, Did I just go to sleep for a moment?
Yes, and we're sleeping here in the castle.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, great.
Come on.
Wait, what?
Come on. I'll
Wait.
take you to your room.
Sleeping inside of the castle of the Crystal Empire?
Yes?
Don't you realise how amazing that is?
Oh no, she's going to go all fangirl.
Yeah,
Cover
she
your
does.
ears.
She does actually do that. Exactly
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, cover your ears.
Yeah. And she's just like, you know, like she seems very, very excited.
Like Rainbow Dash.
Yeah, with the Wonderbolts.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So you all each go to your separate rooms, and like as you walk in, they all look the same. They do, but each of the rooms look spectacular. Like think of it like this.
Well, it's like a 7-star hotel, isn't it?
Pretty much, yes. It's like it's even better than a 7-star hotel. It is. It's something like out of this world, out of any world whatsoever. That's something that even it's not even good enough for a queen really to be sleeping in.
Yeah.
Say for example, you know, like it's like even a queen shouldn't be sleeping in there. Really, you know, no, it's not even worth for them.
No.
Really, to be honest, you know.
Especially
So
when it's Angel Brush.
as you all climb into the bed, you
Yeah.
feel like it's extremely comfortable. Like, you know, way too comfortable.
Yeah.
You feel
It feels like an Angel Brush said.
Oh, this feels like my bed at home.
but it's way, way better.
Yeah.
And it's just like, as soon as she comes into the covers, she feels just completely relaxed.
Yeah.
She does that. Very soon after that, she just goes to sleep. And it's pretty much the same of Blair Bladez and Gearloose as well. They all go to sleep in the middle of the night, you know. And the next time they would obviously be waking up the next morning and travelling all the way back to Ponyville via the train.
Right, come on, you guys. I've got the tickets. And
Yeah.
good news. My dad's very gratefully paid for us.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, he said after what we've been through, we deserved a treat.
Yeah, I am exhausted after all of that.
Oh, good, because he's also paid for the buffet car.
Oh, great. And it's just, and you all get into the train and make your way back to Ponyville, stuffing your faces. And that is where we will end it.
Yeah.
So we managed to actually do that in 2 parts, which I didn't expect actually.
Yeah, no, but this part is nearly 3 hours long.
Yeah, so
I think we better wrap it up.
yeah, that is where we will shall wrap it up. So that is Judge Not by the Cover. Thank you ever so much for watching.
Yeah.
I do hope that every pony actually did watch from start to finish. If you did do so, that is a great big pat on the back.
Yeah. And can I just point out, as this is December, this is most likely to be the last one we'll do before the new year. And so,
yeah, which is actually quite fitting as well.
Yeah. So I'm actually glad we've done 4 adventures in the year.
Yeah, we have done 4 adventures in the year. Obviously, some of it was at the beginning, towards the end of 2017, going into 2018. We did obviously the prep. We obviously also did the Cutie Mark Festival to start off with. And then we did the Prep Predicament. We have also done the Curse of the Statuette. We've also done Judge Not by the Cover, which we've just done.
And the Festival of Lights.
Yep, and the Festival of Lights as well. So that is 4 adventures. There is another one coming out very soon, which I will be getting. This one does look quite intriguing.
Yeah.
It does. So that one will be starting towards the start of 2019.
We do have some fan ones coming out, of course, and please do stay tuned for more from our Transformers one. We haven't forgotten about that.
No, we have not. No, that will definitely be coming up in the new year as well.
Yeah.
That gets planned on further.
Although I am going to give you a sneaky little preview and tell you that the title of the next episode is going to be called The Tomb of the Primes.
Okay.
Ooh, spooky.
Excuse me. So yeah, that will do it from me, Aceikith-Alain, for My Little Pony Tales of Equestria. Judge not by the Cover. That will do it as well. So we will see you all next time.
And so, one more thing before you go, have a very Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year from us all.
Right, take care, good night.